All right, so I've had a rejig. I've had a little move around because we didn't have a lot of space before, but now, so much room for activities. Woo!
Should have been.
Look at all this floor space.
So
much aerobics in here.
So many activities.
Name that film. Did you just touch my drum set, Annie? I know you touched my drum set. Yeah, right. We now have almost an empty clear space and a blank canvas so that we can start the kitchen. So here's some tips of how a tradie and how I personally like to go about my kitchens and go about my work. If this is something, why am I saying if? Let's just talk about kitchens. This is a kitchen project. Let's just focus on a kitchen. My mind goes everywhere. Get some caffeine then. Right, so here's some helpful tips to if you was going to or thinking of DIY in your own kitchen. So you need to get everything back to a blank canvas really, really, really carefully. Because like I said, hit the lights, hit the sockets, and if you hit this, it's good night. 41 amps and a few muscle cramps and you'll be no more. You'll go up like the end of Harry Potter's wand. Wingardium Levy, goodbye sir. Be real careful with electrics guys. Just get an electrician to do the electrics. So now, let's show you what I've done. Now, is what I do is I get my plans. So I know, you get this picture here and that is this corner of the room. This picture here is going to be this corner. Here's the window. Here's the window, the washing machine, and then over here is how this area is going to look. So currently we're looking at a big blank canvas like this. I need to get a radiator in here, and I'm going to put the radiator where the socket is now, so that socket needs to disappear, my dear. These, I need to start marking the wall and working out where this is going to come. This is zone 1, where there is water, moisture or steam. So directly above and beside. So straight up here will be zone 1. Beside will be zone 2. And then there's like zone 3, which is like anything goes sort of thing. I think there used to be 4, but I think there's now only 3. Anyway, basically I can't have any sockets within 400mm. I will double check that, but yeah, I can't have any sockets within 400mm. And the same again over here, I can't have sockets within 400mm of that sink. So I believe is what I'm going to do is do a socket on the wall about yay, and a socket on this side of the wall about yay, and I'll probably do a double, so there's 4 plugs there and 2 there. So six plugs in that corner. How many plugs do you guys need? I probably won't do 6, I'll probably do 4, I'll just do double. Double bubble. And I will throw one over here in this corner, over here. So that will probably move to over here, but that also then needs a spur. It can be a fused spur for the washing machines live longer with coconut. Get me some caffeine. I'm all over the place today. And then over here, guys, I'm going to put 3 along here, just because you could have anything you want. Do I want 3? I'm probably going to do 2. Let's think about this. If I put 2 there, 2 there, fused spur for washing machine there, and then 2 and 2, so that's 4, that's like 8 sockets. Coffee, toaster, kettle, microwave. Well, actually, take the microwave off because the microwave might be a double combi thing here. Microwave, well, we'll include microwave, food processor, Hoover, phones, tablets, whatever else you might want to plug in. So there, that is the gist of how I'm going to change the layout of this room. Other than that, we've got this radiator out of the way. We just need to sort out that plumbing, and I'll play in a minute. Don't look away. And then, yeah, for this radiator, we have 2 drops this side. So I might, yeah, I'm probably going to keep it clean and just tap into that there. Rather than using a lot of copper and coming down from the ceiling, basically. Just need to find the radiator so I can work out the sizes. But yeah, that is the gist of this build, this project. Today's a bit of a getting my head around things, as well as the last time when I popped in. I was sort of planning things. I started writing out what I need. I'm going to insulate this wall because start right, end right. I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but when you look down these battens, they're sort of, I'll tell you where I noticed it the most, is down here. You can't really tell. There's so many cables and stuff in the way. But basically just over there, like wherever I've got wall units, you know, like all along here, all up here, and all up here, the last thing you want is like a curve in your board. Because then when you go to put your boards on and everything flat back on the wall, it's just going to be an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. So that's that. I've got a loft hatch to put in and some downlights. I'm thinking we'll tackle the downlights so that we're well lit. No, because I've got a skim. What am I thinking? Right, water's off. I've got to sort this radiator out today, guys. And then once I've sorted that radiator out and punched that radiator through, we can then cap off with, I've probably put them back, but those little push fits, we can cap off with them. And then I think we're pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much this project that is now ongoing with this kitchen. And drop a comment below, what sort of things on this do you want to learn? I'm going to try and teach you everything, but please, if there's something specific that you want to learn that maybe relates to you in your kitchen that you want to try and get over, please don't, I know I say don't, no, there's no such thing as a comment, a silly comment. Please don't start commenting, how do you fit the units? How do you fit the worktop? Because I'll let you into a secret. That's coming later on. I'm on the spot. I can't think of like a situation, but like you might already have the worktop fitted and it sags or something's happening around the sink. And I'll just give you a bit of context of what I've interpreted from what you've commented and just try and help you, basically. I'll just try and help you. But yeah, don't worry. Everything to do with fitting this kitchen is on its way. Other than that, I think I might do like, I'm going to go back to my cheesy voiceover, I think. I think I'm going to go back to the... And now guys, without further delay, let's play a time lapse. Right guys, so while I've been down here, what I've been doing is working out the centres for these holes. Annie, Annabelle, away, away, away. Park your bum. Park your bum. You're not getting on my lap. So yeah, basically guys, what I've been doing while I've been down here on this time lapse is I've put the radiator tails and now got the valves, the TRV and the lock shield on this rad, and I work these out to be like 6'10" apart. So yeah, I'm going to punch through 2 tails at 6'10" apart for where I want this radiator, and yeah, that'll be that. Play the clip. I wonder if any of you guys are old enough to know who Mick Dundee is. I'll give you guys a clue. Mick Dundee says something like, "That's not a crowbar. That's a crowbar, mate."
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
The older generation will know. So here is something perfect that I want to educate you guys about. What is that? So like you pull it out. Where does it go? Oh. Oh wow. So it comes to here. What do we call this? I'll tell you what we call it. We call it a spur. So the 2 legs here identify like loop in, loop out, or loop out, loop in. I'll try and show a diagram. Or I'll draw something. At a later date, I'll draw something to try and explain how this works. Right, so sockets, rings, and spurs. Let me try and help you, because here's this Blue Peter design I made earlier. Ta-da! So, it's what I'm trying to say here is 2.5mm cable and 2.5mm cable gives us 4.9 something millimeters, aka 5mm of conductivity, giving us 2 two lots of 16 gives us 32 amps using 2.5 cable. So the idea is that obviously multiply this by say 8, maybe 10 at most, if like the kitchen is on the downstairs circuit, but upstairs you're probably only going to see 8 or 10, yeah, and maybe like 12 sockets downstairs. Anyway, it's not the point. So the idea of the ring circuit, to help you guys understand as DIYers, is there's 2 lives at this end, there's 2 neutrals, and there's 2 earths. 1 live, 2 live, 1 neutral, 2 neutral, 1 earth, 2 earth. Anyway, so you would pair them. You'd put in bar 3 or whatever, and then all your neutrals. So like basically if you went along the earth bar, 1 is this route, oh, and the neutrals on the bar, on the neutral bar is, oh, there's them. If it's MCBs, if it's RCBOs, it works slightly different, but we're just working on MCBs. This is commonly what you're going to find in your board. RCBOs is something completely different, and they've got internal breakers, and they separate circuits and isolate circuits to their own individual circuits. I'm waffling. If you want to learn more about that, comment below and I'll try and explain. I'll try and teach and explain you it, but I can't really be teaching you and explaining you. All I'm looking to do is help you understand it. In no way, shape or form am I saying this is how it works, go follow, because I ain't the man to be telling you that. I'm just trying to help you understand so you can take the information and interpret it how you need. So we've got 1 leg in and one leg out, or in and out. Basically how this works, multiply this by 10, say. If the kitchen is close to the DB board, the consumer unit, the fuse box, whatever you want to call it, if here in plug 1, I've got a 13 amp kettle boiling at 10 amps, most of the electric is quickly going to take the short route, and the top up of say the last 2 amps is going to go the long way around. So it'll be like 8, 8, 8, 2. You get the gist. And then obviously when you get to the middle, it's 5, 5, 5. When it comes to these fused spurs and working stuff out like that, like this is still 2.5 and carries 16 amps. But if you put a fused spur in there and put a 6 amp on there for lighting, say, or you put a 13 amp fuse in there for, say, a dishwasher or a fridge or an appliance, is what you could then do. And this is personally what I recommend. I'm not saying this is the correct way, the law, or the right way. Your fridge moves back into a hole, especially an integrated fridge. Some integrated fridges, obviously standalone fridges, do come on a 13 amp, say, sealed plug or some kind of 13 amp plug. Well, my theory is if you've pushed something into a gap in your kitchen and that 13 amp fuse goes, it's a bit of a mission to, or it's extra work to pull that out and fault find that fuse is gone. You're going to be like, why isn't my fridge working? And you're going to end up spending hours finding it, working it out, or you're going to buy a new fridge and you're going to say your fridge don't work when it could just be the fuse. So here's what I do to eliminate that. And this is not recommended, but I do it because it's the best of both worlds. So this is not recommended in a sense of if you cut the plug off an appliance, 9 times out of 10 you've voided your warranty. Some companies, most companies, are pretty okay with it. The principle, the context behind it is, like I say, if that 13 amp plug top goes and you don't know it's the plug and that appliance is pushed all the way back in, you've got a long day trying to find that. Whereas if you cut the plug top off, wire in the flex to a flex outlet or a outlet plate, or some way hardwire it, and then you put the 13 amp in your fused spur, then if the fridge ever has a fault, it trips at this point. You've isolated the 32 amps to this 10 amp or this 13 amp fused spur at this point here. So you can go once and then 2.5 cable off to your appliance and then flex to your appliance. This would be an outlet. But it's what you can't do is spur off a spur. So I can't do 2.5 cable to this spur and off to my appliance, and then this side again do a fuse spur with single cable and my flex outlet and off to this appliance, I would need to do 2 lots of 2.5 and continue the 32 amp circuit and then put another fuse spur in and then my outlet. You need to continue fusing down. You get the gist. You can't spur off a spur. I tried to find some photos, but the photos are a little confusing and they don't really highlight what I'm trying to say. But basically, I believe diagram. Yeah, so if you was just spurring to a socket, cool, 1 box, then that's it. That is the end of the leg. You then can't add any more on that one. Whereas if you used to run 2 lots of cable, all you've done is extend the ring. And in some cases, you can have a ring on a ring, but I'm waffling, I'm digressing, and I'm probably going to confuse you. If there's anything you don't understand, then comment below and I'll do my best to educate you and help you with the question. Yeah, back to the video. And then this is called a spur. And we don't really need that to be going in that kind of direction how it does. We could send that up in the ceiling and drop that down and do that much, much neater. And then this is underfloor heating for in this area. I've got electric mats and he's on guard. So, need to lose some of these and put 1 socket there, 1 socket there. And then 2 sockets on here, I think. And then spur for the dishwasher. Washing machine, sorry. Get my words in a mucking fuddle. Then the lights, we have like 1 leg, 2 leg. And on here, we're going to have down lights. Annie, get out under my feet. We're going to have down lights. Sorry, pound mitt lights, little spotlights, as well as down lights in the actual ceiling. Uno, dos, tres, quattro. Here's another perfect thing I can educate you guys on. Right. Comment below if I waffle too much or if I'm telling you too much, or comment below how you feel. I'm trying to educate you guys as DIYers and as tradies. If you want to know, if you ever do kitchen fitting, if you're a sparky, close your ears because you obviously know this. And equally, most tradies, plumbers and chips, don't want to offend, but let's be honest, the ones that work outside, the ground workers, maybe they wouldn't know. But regardless, we ain't here to segregate people. I'm just here to educate. So, downlights. I'm going to insert a clip of bad downlighting. I'll Google something and I'll insert that. And so from looking at that, you don't want to be seeing shadows. So here's the rule of thumb. Whatever floor to ceiling is, so say that's 2.4 meters, we take that and we halve it, 1200. That is the maximum distance apart. Not the minimum, not the recommended, the maximum. If you don't want beautiful lighting, that is the maximum you want to be spacing things apart. So in here, ideally, I would put 5, but we're going to have a loft hatch, so I can only really get maybe 6. Sorry, in here, ideally, I would have, I don't know, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd probably have like 9 downlights in here. Don't get me wrong, that would be seriously bright, but guess what? For just £10, you can fit a dimmer switch so that you don't have to wear Stevie Wonder's sunglasses for the week. I would rather overcompensate than have to make up for things later on. So basically, what I'm saying is downlights. When we set out for downlights and we start thinking about downlights, think about your cupboard stands 400 off the wall. Don't just start thinking, oh, I've got 4 meters by 4 meters, 3 meters by 3 meters, 10 meter lounge by 5 meters. Think about the layout of your room. Think about where the sofa is. Think about where you're going to cast light. Think about shadows. Have some artistic nature. It's a beautiful thing, fitting downlights. It's very artistic. You want to be thinking about things like, okay, cool, when I walk through this room, I don't want to be seeing downlights along a line over there. You want to walk through a beautiful doorway, look up, and beautiful line, straight line of downlights. But it gets tricky because your doors might be offset, your doors might be here, there, and everywhere. So another beautiful tip, well, it's not a beautiful tip. Here's where the tricks of the trade come in. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what you think looks good is acceptable to you. There's no right or wrong answer. You just got to pick somewhere where you want something to go and then go for it. But hold up, there's more information. All the way through here, and here's a top tip, look outside at your roof. I'm going proper on one here. Apologies if I am. Comment below if you love it. Here you go, guys. So look, if you're on a single story extension and you can see your roof pitches like that, trusses will go in line with that, or the hand cut roof will go in line with that. Welcome back, YouTube. End of the episode for this week. I hope I'm not waffling too much and complicating things and giving you too much information too quickly. But please bear in mind, in no way, shape or form am I trying to encourage you to play with electrics. Just get an electrician. All I'm trying to do is give you context so that if you come across something and you was like, it doesn't look too good, or I'm not sure that's correct, you could understand it and help yourself before you call the appropriate electrician to make the fix. Or I'm giving you context so you can make your own independent decision whether you feel you could fix it. But please just don't mess around with electrics. And equally tradies, like I'm showing you like painter and decorators, like how good or bad I skim. Maybe plumbers want to learn how to fit units for kitchens or want to pick up some tips and tricks, but mainly I'm aiming at you DIYers. Ladies and gents, whoever's watching this, you're all welcome. Anything you don't understand, just ask and I'll do my absolute best to reply so that you do understand. Yeah, so Michael Johnson has made several comments, but I was ahead and I'm only just catching up with editing today, and I'm going to do some editing tomorrow, and we're going to put a few premieres out. So you'll probably have seen the premieres have shot up lately. This week's riddle. If I miss, I hit your bush. It's my job to stuff your box. When I come, it's news. What am I? If you think you know the answer, comment below, guys. And if you want more time, pause the video. If not, here comes the answer to, if I miss, I hit your bush. It's my job to stuff your box. When I come, it's news. What am I? The answer is a newspaper delivery person. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If there's anything at all that you guys don't understand, or you want context on certain tools I'm using or certain methods I'm using, just comment and ask away. I'll do my best to explain and reply to each and every one of you. Yeah, channel's growing nicely. Thank you for all you guys that are watching. And pretty please smash the like button if you made it this far, and consider subscribing so that you can learn more. Where I upload 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. That's going to be it for this week's episode, guys. I'm going to try and cut these videos down because they're getting towards half an hour from the original 20 minutes that I tried to plan. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.